Welcome to Themed Journals. My name is April. I hope you're having a great day in your craft. I've been playing and I just want to do an impromptu video to invite you along on my trip or my journey. So I've been making these cute little card holders. And then what I'm going to do with them is I'm going to place them in the center and then glue the two sides together, and it will be a pop out and you'll have your ephemera right there in the middle. I'm so excited. So I've already made one or two or three. These are the card holders. I didn't do this very well, so I'll probably keep that one for myself for, or undo it and redo it. One of the two, but this one, look at that beauty. And it's all about the theme of, look at these beautiful cards. I found my playing cards, and they're all about Alice in Wonderland. I also made a bigger one because I experimented with this piece. So this is a little longer, probably a card size. I will keep that for later. But anyway, I wanted to show you what I was doing. And, oops. I want to move this out of the way because I've already creased it. Bad April. Okay. All right. So, okay. So anyway, let me give you a measurement. This is a smaller European size. So this is 7 3/4, or no, it's almost 8 minus 2 ticks. And then this way it's 7 or 8 minus 2 ticks. So it's basically an 8 by 8, but just a skosh shorter on each direction. So it makes beautiful folding paper. And since it's from Temu, it's super thin. Okay, so what I do, and this is directional paper, so I will have to pay attention to it, the direction of it when I put it into the journal. So I'm going to fold these in half, and then I'm going to put the two flaps towards my stomach, where I'm sitting, and I'm going to match these up right here and give them a good crease. Then I'm going to flip it over and do the same over here. Now, Natasha did these this week, and I just fell in love with them. So I had to do these for you guys, okay? So this time I'm going to turn it this way, and I'm going to do this crease. See right there? But this time I'm going to leave a little hairline there so that it folds in the other direction properly. Yeah, you just want to skosh there. All right, and then you sort of fold that up, and then you do the same thing to the inner one. All right, and this has two, so you're going for a it's two thicknesses and rather than just one, so you might want to burnish it a little bit. All right. Now we can tuck these back under now that I got the center folded. And then we'll do the same with this one, like so. I'm so excited about these little ephemera holders. All right, so now it looks like this, okay? Then you unfold everything, because now we've just creased everything where we want it. All right? Now you take this end and you fold it back on itself like so. So it's starting to, I don't know what you call it. This is a triangle point, I guess you could call it, because it folds, it's a triangle. All right. So there we go. That's what the center should now look like. Now, on this side, the flaps will be on the correct side. See that? This side, they're not. So we have to fold them back this way. Now, it's at this point where I differ a little bit from what Natasha does. And that's okay. It's not a big deal to do something a little different than the person you saw do it. So this is where I glue down the flaps. The flaps, you don't need them, and they'll just get in the way, as I found out, because I was doing the flaps, gluing the flaps down last. It's much easier to do them in this step. All right. I got my glue sheets down. All right, now. Okay, so that's the way it looks right now. Everything glued down. Let me put it on my lid. And then okay, got to keep the direction better. So you open one flap. Then what you do is you pull it down and you fold it in, okay? And then you flip it to the other side. And use your nails to crease those corners so that they're crisp. And of course you can burnish it real quick. And then you flip it over. You pull down this one. That's the easy one to do. This is a little stiffer, but it's still okay. Okay. Then you fold it, and you got your little card holder. I mean, how stinking cute is that? And it fits 4 playing cards. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Now, let's take the journal I'm working on at the moment. And so at this point, what I need to do is zip this down here and zigzag zip this down, and we'll be good to go. Look at that. I missed that. All right. You just fix stuff as you see it as you go. Go with the flow and just have fun. That's what crafting is all about. It's a journey that you go on, and I just have to be documenting mine. I hope you you've had a good day, and you're in your craft room after dinner. And I threw my lid on the floor this time, twice. Fingers don't want to work tonight. All right. And we'll put this here. All right. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this here and flip this open. All right. Now, what you want to do is you want to have this center one already beaded, okay? And have a small little thing here, because once you glue this in, you're not going to be able to move this piece after that. And I'm good with that. So let's take our little... Now, it's directional, so you see the girl is here, and then, all the words are going in the correct direction. So that's what we want to see. So what we're going to do now is we're going to put glue on it, and I am going to smooth this out. All right. Now we got one side gluey. All right. Now you want to put the crease directly into the crease of the ephemera holder, into the crease of your book. All right. Then you want to hold it down and do this second gluing part. I don't see gluing this in on any other page working very well, but that's just my opinion. So I'm going to let this glue down before I really try to do anything else with it. So I'm going to set that aside. But look how beautiful that piece is. Oh, scrum delicious. Okay. All right. Bear with me while I get a baby wipe out. I'm going to go buy some more wipes. Have a bunch of wipes somewhere, but do you think I know where they are? That'd be a big no. All right. Now, we're not going to glue in any more in tonight, but we will continue folding the paper together. So you can see this again. Okay. So I keep the white pieces together, and I fold the colored portion of the paper here. I'm so fortunate. I had these beautiful, I didn't find these at first. I just found this sheet of paper, this paper pack in amongst my other papers. I was like, oh, I missed one. I was like, now what I'm going to use them for? Ha 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 ha. All right, so what we want to do is I like to fold it away from me so I can really see that crease there and the little space I want to leave. All right, then you you can put it flat like this so you don't have to fuss with that. All right, that corner right there. All right, give it a little burnish. I mean, once you start working with this, it's such an easy thing to make. Oh, I'm so excited. Now, Natasha uses 12 by 12. This is 8.5, 8 by 8 basically, minus a few scotias on both sides. And I'm okay with that because this gives me a small enough piece of the holder is small enough to nestle my cards in. Yeah. So I'm very excited. Thank you, Natasha. All right, so we want to fold these in now. There we go. So shout out to Natasha Treasure Books. This is truly a treasure for making little ephemera holders. I'm just excited about this. I'm always looking for fun new things to do, and yeah. Okay, so now we open one flap. We pull it down. And we might need to use our little nail there. And what I have discovered is that if you line this up with the center here, then it's a correct fold. I only do one direction at a time because I don't want to fold this part up. I want to fold it down. It's better for me to see it and what I need to do. So this is a little thick, so I'm really going to burnish that good. And then I'm going to flip it around and I'm going to pull this down. Very pretty. Then I'm just going to fold this over. You know what this reminds me of is making cootie catchers when I was little. Well, that's what we call them. I don't know what you guys called them, but that's what we called them. Did you guys make cootie catchers when you were young? Yeah. This is way more sophisticated. So anyway, very pretty. Okay. Very excited about this project, that's for sure. And it's still and you know, the exciting thing about this is I'm not very good at origami, okay? Putting it right out there. But this is simple enough where I watched your video all the way through, and then I just watched her fold it one more time, and it's in my head. Most of the time, like, she has some really sophisticated origami projects when she first started out doing YouTube, and she did a treasure map fold origami project. And oh my goodness, for every single one I did like that in my one of my journals, I had to rewatch the video. That's how complicated the folds were. And I was just like, oh, why does this have to be so complicated, man? But anyway, it was the results I loved. Again, it's about the results you love while you're getting aggravated doing it. But the results was amazing. All right. And you know, you could actually fold this way. Let's see. Nope, let's not do it that way. Let's fold it like we had been doing it. All right. I thought maybe I could fold it the other way, but that was not correct. That's all right. That's what experiments are for. Okay, so we're going to open this again. And this time, now that it's open, we can okay, and I'm just using my junk glue because I don't care. Once these are folded, it's really going to stay in place. I'm not too worried about it. And then there's a pocket origami she did, and I use it quite a lot in my journals now. There we go. Get the glue up so I'm not tracking it on my beautiful stationery. All right, put my lid on. And once you put enough proper pressure on these folds, it will, as you saw, just come together beautifully. Now, Natasha was scoring it and all sorts of things. I don't have a score. Well, I have a scoreboard, but I don't feel the need to score anything. You do you. But I really recommend you guys go watch that video. She's a wonderful creator. I don't do tutorials like she does. I just do my theme journal journey and have fun along the way. And if I teach you something new, yay. And if you just like watching me and laughing at me, and I'm good with that too. I used to sit back and laugh at some creators. The funniest thing, the thing I'd laugh at most is when they lose stuff on their desk. I'm like, how can you be just so disorganized? No. The question isn't how can they be so disorganized, because they're not really disorganized. What it is that they're having so much fun. They're cutting paper and gluing stuff down, and all of a sudden, somewhere under here is your scissors and you whatnot. Yeah. All right. Right. Yep, these definitely remind me of cootie catchers. Okay, let's fold this in the correct direction. Oh, what did I do? Aha, there's the correct direction. You want the white sheets on the outside so you can glue that down. And again, this is directional, so I'm looking at my words so I know which side, you know, is up. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put them over here in the correct direction. Now, this is non-directional, so the next two sheets, well, I guess it is still directional because the spades and the clubs have to go a certain direction or else it's upside down. All right, no worries. I've been doing taxes all day, so I decided to come in here and, you know, see what I'm going to do tonight, and then I got inspired, and I thought, oh, just let me share my inspiration with my subscribers. I just want you guys to have so much fun in your craft room. Okay, I'm doing it the opposite way that I have done it. No, I don't. No, I haven't done that. Okay. No, ignore what I just said. Strike that, please, editor. I don't edit anything. It just stays in there. Every once in a while, I'll edit, but usually I tell you if it's edited because I've had to put like 2 small 5-minute videos together or a 5-minute and a 15-minute video because me and my videography skills, as you know, are not what they should be. Amateur at best. Okay. But I'm having so much fun. Yep. Okay, so let's take it apart, or not take it apart, but unfold it. And then refold these 2 flaps. Excellent. And we're just going to take the time to glue it now instead of later. So like I said, I do deviate right here from what Natasha's instructions were, simply because these flaps got in my way. If I don't glue them down until the end, they really annoyed me. And April Kaboom does not like to be annoyed, especially after a day of doing taxes. Let's do this the easy peasy way. All right. All right, not quite at the mark there. All right. There we go. That one was a little tricky, wasn't it? So, you know, you just have to hold your face right, as my grandmother would say. And then I'd sit there and make a bunch of faces, and she'd sit there and laugh, and her belly would jiggle, and she'd laugh and giggle. I'm like, what's so funny, Granny? And she'd sit there and laugh harder and shake her head and wouldn't tell me what was so funny. Oh, my grandmother was hilarious. I miss her dearly. But I was one of the fortunate kids who had their great-grandparents and grandparents alive for most of my life. So, you know, I didn't lose them until I was in my 30s. So, yeah. Maybe late 30s. No, late 20s, early 30s is when they passed. Or would have been my age. Da, 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 da. Okay, this is the right side up. Ooh, okay. We need to put a little red there. I'll go. Oh, I didn't. I did not ink the one that's in the journal. Okay, maybe there. Okay, tuck that under. All right. Yeah, my grandfather died when I was in. My grandmother died first, and then my grandfather died about 15 years later. So I lost my grandpa when I was in my 30s. So my granny in my late 20s, and my grandfather 15 years later. All right. So I'm doing my usual helter-skelter stuff. I go from one project to the next when I'm creating a journal. Whatever takes my fancy. It's been a while since I created a journal, multiple journals. So usually when I do one, then I just do all the pockets, and then I just do all this and all that, and now I'm just having fun. Okay. All right. All right. And there we have it. Okay, I folded them all in this time. So now I have 4 corners to flip back, but that's all right. That's just sometimes how the origami cookie crumbles sometimes. Got one more, guys. So I hope you've enjoyed this little, come along with me on my little origami journey. I enjoyed it immensely. And now I don't need pockets for my ephemera. What I do need is a holder for my oops, bookmarks. Yeah. So I'll have to think on what I'm going to do about that now. And my pocket, and I need a holder for my bookmark and my notepad. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to think of, notepad. Blech. It's been a long day of doing taxes, so. All right. Aha, beautiful stuff. Ooh, look at that mess. How did that happen? See what I see? That cannot, hope that didn't ruin anything. Let's open it up and find out. I don't know what that extra, oh, the extra piece is right here. All right, no worries. Let's take a gander at this, at that piece later. I think it's this fold will save it. All right. right, this one wants to bedevil me. No. Why is this one? Maybe that's why she never folded the art. All right, let's see what happens when I go this way. See how badly I've kerfuffled it. Not too bad. All right, let's go this way. See, this is the easy one, and on the other side, it wasn't that easy. I don't know why it's kerfuffling on me. Okay, let's see. Where was the... Oh, yeah, right here. That's where I cut the end off. It's got a little thing right there. I don't know. Maybe I won't use that one. Or I'll put it in mine. That's what I always do. Is the one I'm going to keep is the one that I have to put all the kerfuffles in. Can't sell a kerfuffle. Although my daughter's sister-in-law, I just learned this Christmas, likes ugly things. If I had known that, I wouldn't have made her such a cute journal. I would have made her an ugly journal. I was so disappointed to find that out later after the fact. She doesn't like cutesy stuff. I'm sad. Oh, well, she got a cutesy journal, that's for sure. You know, she was young at the time. I gave it to her a couple of years back. All right, let's, oops, almost threw it on the floor, folks. All right, let me show you one without gluing it at this stage. And then I'll decide, I'll tell you what my opinion is after that. Because I thought, oh, let's glue it first. But after that last kerfuffle, I'm thinking that's not the way to go. Let's see if I am right on that. So let's experiment. You know I love experiments. Okay, let's open it up. No, the kerfuffle would have happened whether I had this flap glued or not, because it's this flap that's bedeviled me last time. All right, well, good to know. Yeah, you just don't know if you don't experiment. So you tell me whether you think you like to do the gluing now or earlier, like I'd been doing it, or at the last step. Yeah. And I will tell you my opinion on the matter. All right. All right, let's see. Oh, there it is. All right, there we go. Now, oops. Okay, then we go this way, and we do this one. You know, you experiment, and you tell me if you like gluing it at this stage or the earlier stage. I am now thinking that it's about 50-50. Now, let's face it, April, you like doing it earlier. All right. All right, and you fold these in and these, oops, these two like that. All right, well, here's all the ones we did, plus the one I did for the two I did earlier. Oops. All right, now that the center is all done of the journal, let's bring that back over into the screen and see how pretty these, oh, these are just beautiful. I also have another set. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put one. Oh, you know what? I've got to put paper on the backs of these. So, okay, just for the sake of this video, I'm just going to go ahead and put 4 of these cards, and then I'll come back and I'll do the backs of these, and then I'll put 2 of each in this card holder. Although I could probably give out all of these, and I may not have to do any extra decorating. We're going to see. So there we have it. Okay, that's dry. I can remove that sheet, and then here. So we're coming along pretty good, pretty well. So let me just throw on, so we can get a full gander at what everything's going to look like when they're done. Still have to put a few more things in here, but that's that so far. Yeah. Okay, thank you for joining me on today's theme journal journey. If you found value here, please like, share, subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so already. Hit that notification bar bell so that you know when the next theme journal journey is going to begin. And I love this project as a altered card ephemeral holder. You have a great evening. Bye.